Good morning to all my Facebook friends. Dean Demary here. Yeah, I'm making this video this morning, because I put all my shit out there and I'm in recovery and I'm an addict, obviously. If you're my Facebook friend, I'm sure you know that. I put it all out there. But I'm posting this because I want to try to, probably, number one, to get some shit off my chest, but, the madness of addiction, and people always say, like, why would you ever go back to that? And right, like, that's crazy, right? So just want to give an example of the process that we go through on a daily basis, to not use and to stay clean and do the right thing. So, and how it attacks us, and a lot of times, believe it or not, and it's not an excuse, we don't even know it, like what's going on. And it's a battle sometimes to do that. So it's not as easy as putting down the drugs and then not using. It's actually putting down the drugs, even as hard as it is the easy part. It's continuing on this journey. So yesterday, this is just a confession, but I also want to hear myself say it. So yesterday I was attacked by this illness. Cunning, baffling, powerful, they say, right? Cunning, it is. It's baffling. I'm baffled, right? Real powerful. Yesterday I was a little bit more powerful than it was, thank God. But yeah, so just as an example, so a lot of emotional things going on when you get clean, at least for me. I got this family stuff going on with new siblings and finding out a kid that I'm on the way to the gym with, like my sister is his stepmom. He sees a picture of her and he's like, why do you have a picture of my mom on your phone? I'm like, it's my sister. We've been hanging out. It's really crazy. So anyways, we get talking about that and, just good emotions because I'm, looking to eventually know these people and have a relationship with them, which is awesome. So, so it's not negative. But yesterday during the day, late in the day, I'm gonna head over an old friend's house, because I get bored sometimes. And obviously it's been a long time since I had any kind of female companionship because my drug took me hostage, and that was all I cared about. Not that I couldn't have met women and, whatever. I just ain't in a place to do that, and I'm not trying to take nobody hostage while I'm in active addiction because I'll just steal your shit. So I don't do that. So it's been a long time, and I'm not just talking about sexual stuff, just companionship, right, with women. I live with a whole bunch of men right now. Anyways, so I'm gonna go visit with somebody and hang out, and this particular person is trying to get clean, but, confess that she uses a couple times a week. And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to hang out, what are you doing? Maybe get a pizza or something, hang out, whatever, go hang out and spend some time, get out of here. So I jump in the shower, and as I'm washing up, like my brain is going, right? And I find myself, for no apparent reason, well, there's a reason, as I'm washing myself, like I'm checking out like retarded, and this is gonna sound disgusting to you, but to me, this is the process. I'm like looking at my veins because I'm back to the gym and I'm more vascular, and that becomes an issue with every struggling addict. They go away. So anyways, they're back, and I'm like, why? I like consciously am thinking to myself as I'm washing up, like, why am I looking at my veins? I'm on my way to a friend's house, right? That's kind of crazy. So as I'm taking a shower, I'm thinking, I wonder if I'd get high. Then that thought goes away, and I'm kind of going on with the process, and I get out of the shower, and some things are popping in my head, man, about this, and I'm like, this is insane. I don't want to go use, or do I? It was like I was getting ready, and I already knew that I was gonna go relapse, man, and it was just coming in there, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I probably wouldn't get caught. I already took a urine. I get urine by a couple different places, right? Like where I live, it's a sober living, and the clinic I go to, they do drug testing, and I just got a couple, so I'm like, and I passed, obviously, because I haven't used the drug, but man, I was thinking, well, they just did that. I could probably get away with it, and then I would just go to the clinic the next morning, take my methadone, and man, I was sold. As insane as that is, but then I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do that. Like, what are you thinking? Like, that's insane. Then I get mad at myself for the process of this happening. And I'm getting all ready and I'm all dressed up. And I was scared, man. Like, but I was on my way, going. But then I said, I can go and not use. I can go hang out and not use. Yeah, that's a plan. I really don't want to use, man. I don't want to live like that. So I had to start playing the record, and I did. And it was a battle back and forth, man. It's just like um, this war in your head, you against you. How insane is that? Think about that just for a minute. I'm fighting me, man. I'm fighting. It's not really me, but the inner voice that's telling me that you can do this, man. So then I asked myself, why? Why do I want to do this? Things are going great for me. Well, that's sometimes my MO, man. Like, because this thing is insidious, which means it'll sit and wait for the proper time. Maybe I'm going through a bunch of emotions and I don't like it. I don't know. It's not really this conscious decision that you think it is. Most people that are non-addicts think it's just as simple. But at this point, it is a decision. If I go, I'm fucked. So, man, I was battling. And I think if I walked out that door and headed there, I had already relapsed. So I picked up the phone and I called my ex-wife. Not to tell on myself. Believe that. Anyways, because this is going to sound crazy to you. You're probably going to be like, yup, he's fucked. He's going to... No, that's not. This is... Reality is what I'm trying to say. So I just want to say, like, I called my ex-wife and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm driving to the grocery store. And I'm like, really? I'm like, hey, I got that extra money so you can, whatever. I gave her a whole bunch so you can double, triple, and she buys a lot of damn groceries, man. She's a great provider for my kids, and literally thousands and thousands of dollars a month. It's insane, man. 4 carts full. Like, I'm not even lying. So, and she's going by herself. So I'm like, she goes, do you want to come? There is the God. So I have to make a decision right now. Am I going to go down where I was going to go with all this shit in my head, or am I going to go with my ex-wife where I'm safe? So I said, yeah, come get me on a whim. She's like, I'm almost there. So she picked me up. We went grocery shopping together. And I didn't think about it. I did think one thing, like, thank God I went with her. And then it passed, right? So then I go, and we go grocery shopping for hours, because we got to go to 5 different stores, and we couldn't even fit in the car. There was that many groceries. Anyways, just to get to the point, man. Like, I get to her house, and all the kids are helping us bring the food in, and it's a job. There's that much, and my kids are there, and my daughter's there, and me and my daughter, really, considering the circumstances, I think have a good relationship, a great relationship, and her mom's relationship is 100 times better than it was a couple years ago, and I praise both of them for that, and they both get credit. But my daughter, she's, and this ain't to talk about this, because the point is not, but this is what happened. She said something to her mom that I didn't like, and, I thought it was disrespectful, and, she continued to do it, and I got upset, and, I'm still her dad, and she's a great kid, and I love her, but sometimes you have to step in and talk to your teenage kid, and I said some things, like, hey, you shouldn't say that, and, she's like, what, she got upset. And I don't blame her. I don't jump in that relationship and try to be super dad when you're not been around and you're out doing drugs, right? I get it. I know that. But I also can't just sit there. So I'm kind of in a dilemma. So it escalated a little bit. There was a power struggle that went on, and it got louder, and she started saying some things, and, I was just telling her, I'm not going to sit here and let you say that. And it probably was, I probably went a little too far, but, her mom does a lot. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're going to talk to anybody that way, you should talk to me that way, because I'm the one that hasn't been here, and your mom has been here. And a lot of this is my shit, I realize. But at the end of the day, I don't take back the fact that I want her to respect her mom and treat her good, because her mom is a great mom, right? And she should appreciate that. But kids don't always, and I get it. So I had some internal shit going on probably. So, I own my part in that. But the bottom line was, like, it wasn't good timing for me to go through this. So I ended up leaving, and my daughter, threw in, like, you think you're just going to be a parent now? Okay. Touche, I get it. I can't get mad at that. You're right. Still hurt, but I deserve that. You know, I'm trying to do the right thing today, though. And I said, no, you're right. I'm not super dad. I'm not this great dad. I never claimed to be. When I'm clean, I am. You know, I love my kids and I'm going to be there and be available for them. But, you know, she has a great point. You're just going to come discipline me, you know, 2 months into being clean. And, you know, I ended up leaving because I didn't want to sit there yelling back and forth. It wasn't even my fight. You know, she said something to somebody else, but I'm still her dad at the end of the day. And I love her and I want her to respect her mom, and I respect her mom for what she does because she takes on this. And I seen it just grocery shopping, like stepping back and like looking at what she does, man. It's a lot, a real lot. Not just the money, it's the commitment to your kids. And if I'm being honest, my addiction, or I'll just forget the addiction. I didn't take that commitment obviously as serious as she did. So it bothered me. And the whole time we were grocery shopping, I was thinking this stuff. That's why I gave her every penny I had to go shopping for food. So I don't need it. I get fed here. You know, I don't need that stuff. So we used my card, and you know, she was able to buy some extra shit, which I'm not patting myself on the back. But the point is, you know, she does this on a routine basis since I've been gone. So I leave there and I get dropped back off at my house, and now I walk in alone. And I'm like, you know, I was upset. So what do I do, man? It came back, this urge came back like, fuck it. Why am I doing all this? This relationship is broken. I broke it. You know, it's not her fault, it's my fault. She played part in it, but at the end of the day, I wasn't there, and she had a valid point. So why am I even fighting this battle that I fought all day long to stay clean? Fuck it, I'm just gonna go get high. So I sat in my bed, and I pondered, man. I thought about it. And it was hard, man. I don't know why. I do know why, because I have this illness. That's why. But it's not as simple as just not using. It's a civil war, right, in your brain, in my brain, that somehow that's the solution. And it is not the solution at all. So I had to weigh some things. So if you ever see me posting about gratitude, right? So I had to come up with more things I'm grateful for than I'm not, or I'm probably going to go get high. And I thought about not the big things, not the cars and the houses and the relationships. I thought about my kids, which is a big thing. I thought about being healthy and being clean today. And I really thought about things I post and being a hypocrite, right? Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, man. I don't want people to think that, because it's not. That's not reality in our life, in my life. It's going to get hard. There's going to be times when this guy wants to get high. This guy. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde syndrome, right? Like, my heart, this Dean, the one you're talking to here that I posted yesterday, like, have you seen this guy? That guy does not want to live like that and be that scumbag, making scumbag decisions, doing scumbag things, right? You know, if it looks like shit and smells like shit, tastes like shit, it's probably shit, right? So you're doing dirtbag things, you probably, you know, in that particular situation, you're probably a dirtbag. So, and I'm not picking on myself, I'm just saying, you know, so I had to make a decision last night, and I could come up with way more reasons why not to, rather than to. And some of them are just small things, like waking up this morning healthy and not using and not sick, and going to the gym this morning, which I'm about to, early this morning, and having a coffee and some food and a roof over my head and a little bit of my family's respect and other people's respect, because I'm doing the right thing. So all these little posts when I put on there and the comments you make, I went and looked at last night while I sat here by myself. So as odd as this might sound to you, Facebook last night for me was an avenue that I could travel and that would help me stay clean. Thinking about my kids and going back to them and saying I did it again and falling off the face of the earth again was a reason why I didn't. Because I could see the support that people give me on here. There's always going to be haters, and that's okay. because it's about 99.99 support, and maybe that one little percentage that, are haters, and that's okay. I put my shit out there. I got to be able to absorb that too. But, I didn't use because I don't want to see my kids and say that again. I did it again. So reading the post that people have said to me about how proud they are and how, you got this, keep it going, good for you. And it's just that stuff, man. I didn't want to have to post on Facebook today that I relapsed, because I will. I'm that dude. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to be here using in a sober house. I'm gone on the streets, and I'll be living on the streets. And I played all that out. So I played the tape, they say, right? And I came up with this. Fuck that. I'm not getting high. I'm going to just get in my pajamas, cuddle up with my comfy bed that I got with my nice two fluffy pillows that smell like Downy. And I'm going to go to sleep, man. And I ain't going to pick up. And that's a miracle. And I'm not boasting or bragging. And I hope you hear loud and clear. I don't got this figured out. But for today, man, for yesterday and today, I figured out something that I don't have to use even though I want to. Because truly, in my heart, I don't want to. But that war was going on in my head, man, just when things were getting good. I'm going back to work on the 20th of January. I still have my job. Thank you, Jesse and John and everybody, that is giving my job back, because, I'm good at it. But I know I'm truly grateful to be able to do that and start, saving some money for my license and an apartment and getting my life together one day at a time. If I picked up yesterday, that whole plan is out the window, man. And so if you're struggling today and you might want to pick up, just know that I know that you don't have to, even if you weren't thinking about it and you want to. I took a pause. I didn't act on it. And believe it or not, man, I read posts from you people on Facebook, and it helped me to close my eyes and go to sleep one more day clean. And that's a goddamn miracle. Oh yeah, I did pray to God about 100 times yesterday, and he heard me. Go figure. So today, man, I woke up. Thank God I'm clean. I'm making a ham for the whole house because I know how to cook a ham. Somebody shut the stove on me, shut it off last night on me. It's supposed to cook all night long on like 225 for like 8 hours, so it falls off the little bone it has. And someone shut it off. I was acting up a little bit when that happened, but I think they just thought the oven was on. So, anyways, I'm not perfect, man. I got some character defects that come out. Who shut my oven off? There's 15 other guys, 12 other guys, or whatever in here. So, anyways, man, have a blessed day. I woke up grateful to be clean. It's a miracle today, one day at a time. That's why we do it one day at a time. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but for today, I'm not going to use, knock on wood. Pray for me that I make it through this day. I'm pretty sure I will, but I'm not overconfident and over arrogant, believe it or not. So thanks, Facebook for being there, man. It definitely helps me. It helped me last night when I needed it, when nobody else was around. And, to my daughter, I love you. I apologize for getting a little heated in the moment. I had a lot of things going on, no excuse. I still love you. I still don't want you to talk to your mom like that, but I know you love her too. So, this is just family growing pains, and especially with Dad coming back in the picture. So, and Nikki, I love you for doing what you do. You're an inspiration, and you're like, nobody's perfect, but you're a great mom. And I appreciate you being there when I'm not. And that's just bullshit. And that's another huge reason why I didn't use yesterday, because you don't deserve that. We're a pretty good team, man. Even though we're not a team together, but that doesn't matter. Our kids need a mom and a dad, maybe for this reason, so I can take some of the blunt force trauma, right, that comes right at you when you have teenagers. So, man, I'm happy today. I made it through another day. There'll be more days like that. I'm not confused, but that's okay. I know now that I can get through it. Another clean day, man. God bless.